We're checking out another one of those hidden characters. This one has been hidden since Twisted Metal 1. Not really though, it debuted in the first game, then was absent from 4 consecutive games before reappearing in Twisted Metal Small Brawl. Crimson Fury was originally driven by Agent Stone, who was a James Bond ripoff. His successor is Agent Shepard, a good and dedicated FBI agent who wants to bring down FBI's most wanted, Calypso. He's a simple and straightforward man, which is to say boring. Even his bio is out of stuff to say about him and just repeats that if he wins the competition he's gonna bring down Calypso with the help of the FBI. It's unfortunate because Agent Stone proved that aliens exist before being cut from the series. I guess his plot point was too interesting to continue. Would have kind of taken over the rest of the other plot points in the game. Anyway, our level this time is Monaco, second smallest country in the world after Vatican City, and home to a world-famous Grand Prix event, which we are currently interrupting. Our car is certainly fast enough to compete though. In fact, in the first game, it had the highest speed and lowest armor of any car in the game, a distinction that Mr. Grimm has had ever since. Also of note is the vehicle special, which I've used a few times already, and will use again shortly. When I select it, it'll make a cannon emerge from the roof of the vehicle, which is notable because it's a change from the PSP version. There it is now. It also makes a reticle appear in the middle of the screen. Just a really small area in the middle. And if you happen to have a lock-on in the middle of the reticle, then your shot will be homing, otherwise it won't. It'll just fire straight forward. Even if you do get it to home, it's pretty weak. It only curves a couple of degrees towards its target, and it does 16 damage if it manages to hit. So it's pretty underwhelming. It's basically just a missile, which is the most boring kind of special, but it does look cool. There's a spell in the original Diablo called Bloodstar that it looks very similar to. And if we follow the racetrack from the tunnel up a few levels, we can find the minigame teleporter off in a little side area. Probably would have made more thematic sense if the minigame unlocked Twister, not Crimson Fury, but close enough. This slightly hidden tunnel to the side of the main tunnel is where our full health can be found. Always important to know where that is. And a few kills ago I got the special weapon upgrade. So now I can charge it, spew out a stream of blood stars. The first one still does 16 damage, and then the subsequent ones do 2 or 3 damage. I think you could top out at like 25 total damage. It's fine. Underwhelming once again. You probably noticed the last time we were in this tunnel, right next to the full health, is this teleporter, which leads to a weird looking building, but it's full of roulette wheels and slot machines. So it is probably the Monte Carlo casino that Monaco is also famous for, even though it looks like a big old church. Now, the tunnel that houses the teleporter lets out right near the entrance to the casino, so it's kind of a pointless teleporter. But any teleporter technically benefits you, because they all have potential strategic uses that the AI doesn't really bother with. Twister's here, of course. Sometimes she can blend in with her F1 racer brethren, but she's much more aggressive. Usually shows herself pretty quickly, and is destroyed just as quickly. Those random F1 racers do absorb a lot of your shots though. If the AI wants to escape you here, they can usually do it because most of your weapons will just hit random non-enemies instead of them. Oh, over here at the top of the tunnel once again, there's this little secret area, secret-ish. Leads to the awning on top of the tunnel, which has a health pickup. And over in this yacht area we haven't explored too much. You can blow up the yachts, and I intend to do so, but I have failed. Sweet Tooth didn't want me to do it. That capitalist swine. But we've respawned very nearby. Can explore the rest of the docks. This gigantic yacht at the end is indestructible, unfortunately. Bit of a mistake, I think. But it does keep you from driving into the water while you're trying to get to that teleporter. I was going to use the teleporter to escape Sweet Tooth, but he used it before I did. So I just went and got that airborne health pickup instead. Then he came back after me, so now it's my turn. And sends us to this big empty rooftop. But we can recognize the roof of the casino. So we know we're adjacent to that building. And we can also find a ramp with a health refill on it, encouraging us to leap back down to the racetrack. And at the time I recorded this, I assumed that was all there was to see of this level. So I decided just to damage race the remaining opponents. Let's get this thing over with. I was mistaken, but I will correct that mistake at the end of this video. For now, it is just direct combat with the two remaining enemies, Grasshopper and Sweet Tooth. And there's not much left of Grasshopper, so this shouldn't take long. There she goes. Get her upgrade for no good reason. Then we move on to Sweet Tooth, who's not going to go down so easy, so I had to use my shield to survive his onslaught. There's a glitch that makes it also use my cloak special weapon, which turns you invisible, obviously. It's a glitch I've only experienced with Crimson Fury, and I have experienced it multiple times. Those two energy attacks have opposite inputs, so it's impossible that I just did it accidentally. But it did almost drain my entire energy meter as though I had, and it did give me the actual effect of the cloaking. It made Sweet Tooth lose his aggression, so it wasn't just a visual glitch. Just a weird thing that happens with this car. It's as beneficial as it is detrimental. But it didn't cost me the match, because I'm about to kill Sweet Tooth with my blood stars. There he goes. Now to ram into an invisible wall, and that's that. Now on to our surprisingly frequent segment where we take a look at the PSP version. I had no idea when I started this LP that there were so many changes between versions. So originally, when you selected your special, it retracted the vehicle spoiler, turned the taillights into wings, and then the cannon emerged between them. Which is a lot cooler, but there is still an animation for the way it looks in the PS2 version, so they made a whole new thing. It's more effort than they needed to for a worse version of the special. And the special itself is always homing. There's no reticle involved with the targeting thing. So that's slightly better, I guess. But we're also here to show off that thing that I didn't know about when I recorded the main video. Put a remote bomb next to the minigame teleporter. Then when we set it off, this building explodes and falls over. There's no indication that that would happen, but it happens anyway. And it gets us to this cool rooftop area, which has a second full health pickup there. It's the only level in the game with 2 full healths. And it's indicated on the map by a plus sign. Teleporters in this version are indicated by the letter T. In the Extra Twisted Edition, there is no indicator of full health pickups on the map, and thus no hint that there is a way to access the second rooftop near the Holy Casino. I'm gonna call that a downgrade between versions as well, but we managed just fine without that forbidden knowledge. Now we can give our legendarily boring hero his wish, although probably not because he's trying to take down Calypso, and only Sweet Tooth is allowed to do that.
Congratulations, Mr. Smith. You've won Twisted Metal and may claim your prize.
Forget it, Calypso. The name is Special Agent Shepard of the FBI. You're under arrest.
So that's how it's going to be, huh? Every year some government agent tries to take me down, put me out, or whatever slang you kids are using these days. What you don't seem to understand is that I perform a service. I'm a necessary evil. I help propel the world into greatness. I help you all achieve.
No, you murder people for fun. You hurt the innocent, the weak. You don't care about anyone or anything except your precious contest. I'm here to take all that away from you and make you pay for all the misery you've caused over the years.
Come now, surely you can see that while some people may suffer in the short term, I do the world good in the long run. Why don't you claim your prize and let's put this foolishness behind us?
Sorry, Calypso. I can't be tricked, and I won't be bought.
Have it your way. Guards!
Freeze! FBI! Take him away, boys.
I'll see you soon, Agent Shepard. I'll see you very soon indeed.
Good luck, Calypso. You'll need it.
You know, I was pretty down on Agent Shepard, but responding to Calypso's self-aggrandizement with what amounted to, okay, boomer, I can get behind that. Then he managed to take our all-powerful ringmaster down against all odds. That's a rare feat indeed, and the kind of sequel hook that is simply too interesting for them to follow up on. Much like the way his predecessor, Agent Stone, proved that aliens exist, and it was way too cool for them to ever talk about again. Ah well, wasted potential. I look forward to returning Crimson Fury to his canonical place in the series as an easily destroyed opponent.